Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Carlos Gonzalez. I'm a certified water specialist. I've been asked by some of my colleagues and people in the health and wellness industry to do a presentation all about health. So the reality is that by reviewing this, someone's life will be changed for the better. And it may be someone you know, love, or care about, and it may very well be you. Just really quickly, the company Enagic is a 49-year-old privately held preventative medical manufacturer who specializes in high technology water equipment. This is not a small operation. Enagic has tens of thousands of employees worldwide. Just a little history. This is the man behind it all. Enagic was founded in 1974, and this is what we do. We help transform people's health through proper hydration and education. In the human body, our universal solvent is water. It is so important for proper lymphatic system function, all of your glands, and of course, to help us stay healthy in a toxic world. We can't always control the air we breathe. We can't always control the food we consume or the poisons, as you'll see. And, ultimately, we're exposed to a lot of different stressors today than we were ever exposed to in the past. So this is our product line. This is our trifecta of health. We're going to cover all three of these technologies that allow us to combat our very powerful water generators, our very advanced shower technology. That's an organic mineralizer. And then our nutraceutical grade of one of the most powerful herbs in the world, our organic turmeric, however you'd like to say that, supplement. I do need to make a disclaimer. If you have a medical condition, a health challenge, please go see your healthcare professional. We are not here to treat, diagnose, or make any health claims. We are just here to inform and educate. I believe people are intelligent and they can make good decisions. I also want to be clear that we have something called an immune system that, if supported properly, can basically take care of our bodies for the rest of our lives. So water is probably the most second important element next to air. We can only survive about 3 minutes without air, about 3 days roughly without water. So it's fundamentally important, and most people are unintentionally chronically dehydrated, which leads to unintentional chronic acidosis, as you'll learn, because most of the water that we have access to does not hydrate at an optimal level or at the cellular level. So most water that people consume would be considered water that energetically is out of balance for us and does not hydrate at an optimal level. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at, I got to go back one slide, my apologies. Is it possible to escape the fire? What's the fire? The fire is being kind of trapped in the pharmaceutical world, where you're using prescription medication to deal with symptoms of different ailments. And so the phenomena I'm about to share with you can help you escape the fire. And the phenomena is called the dissociation of water, and it actually occurs about 700 to 800 million times a day, this phenomena. Lightning strikes our planet about 1 billion times a day, so roughly 700 to 800 million times a day, lightning is striking bodies of water, because our Earth is roughly 75% water. Isn't that interesting? Earth 75% water, body 75% water. If you would like to learn how to properly reference electrolyzed reduced water, to find out really the truth behind this from a medical professional, I recommend everybody, as soon as you're done with this presentation, go to YouTube, or you can find this video on my YouTube channel. Go to Dr. Michael Explains the Water, and he will allow you to actually be able to reference this clinically in a more professional way. And he really explains things in maybe a manner that might better suit you. But I believe today's presentation will be informative at the very least. What we're talking about are electrical elements. Everything you're seeing here can be made chemically, but that's not what this is. This technology is mimicking the lightning strike, and we're going to cover these electrical elements in great detail Just know that all of our waters at all pHs are anti-parasitic, so they're incredible for helping to clean the blood, different organs in the body, as we'll get to. And know that the machine is always making two types of water. So what you're seeing here is the process of electrolysis. Through the process of electrolysis, we are also ionizing the water. But do not confuse Kangen water with ionized alkaline water, as Dr. Michael will explain. There's lots of cheap, inferior technologies out there. Don't be had by, less expensive, non-certified machines, because they're not performing electrolysis and they're not producing a bioavailable form of molecular hydrogen. Also, don't be fooled by hydrogen bottles where you can push a button and it makes hydrogen, or other hydrogen water machines that are using any other method other than electrolysis. You cannot, without electrolysis, without 99% pure titanium and platinum, you cannot create molecular hydrogen that has a bioavailable effect, health benefit within the body. You might be able to produce something that looks like it, but it's not going to have a health benefit. So I always say, consumer beware. We're here to help guide you. This is the Mighty K8, the most powerful 8-plate hydrogen water machine in the world. It is our 8-plate antioxidizer. It makes 7 different types of water, 5 primary waters, and then 2 additional drinking waters for a total of 7. And we're going to take a look at the machine right now. So this is the solution. This is your brand new Kangen 8 machine. This is going to be the best new decision that you have ever made for your preventative wellness program. So our Kangen 8 makes 3 different drinking waters. Now, why does it make 3 different drinking waters? Well, that's because nobody's the same. You see, this is not a one-size-fits-all program. Most people eventually make it up to the 9.5 water. The machine also has a clean water. That's going to be for things like fish tanks or baby formula. It also has a beauty water. Women literally will buy this machine just for the beauty water. Remember, all your toners that you might buy at Nordstrom's for $20 to $200, those are a chemically made toner at a pH of about 5.5 to 6. Well, the machine, with the push of a button, as you saw, makes unlimited amounts of these toners. And then, of course, the machine makes a strong acidic water, which is used as a disinfectant in our home. And then when the machine is making the strong acidic water, it's also making the strong 11.5 water, which we're going to demonstrate is the water we use to clean all of our produce. We use as a liquid laundry detergent, as we'll cover, and a variety of other household cleaning, degreaser needs. Yes. We're going to jump right into a little history about glyphosate. Glyphosate is the endocrine disrupting chemical that is on most of the food we eat. It's in all of our wheat and flour products. It's on our rice. It is the endocrine disrupting chemical that the EPA continues to raise the minimum standards for. Let me explain. Back in 2012, the EPA said you could consume up to 2 ounces of this poison and be within the minimum standards. By 2019, 7 years later, the minimum standards for the same chemical, the primary ingredient still today that is in Roundup, was 60 ounces, nearly 30 times more pesticides. If you look up glyphosate, and this is a hormone disruptor, it causes a host of birth defects. MIT has a pretty wild study about the autism and ADHD effects, and then these gastrointestinal diseases that children are being born with, and then also adults and a lot of the gastrointestinal diseases that they're dealing with. So very important to learn. And this glyphosate, remember that most organic food is required to be organically grown, not organically transported. So you'll find that this poison is on much of your organic food. And we're going to take a look at this right now. So what we have here is we have Kangen water at an 11.5 pH. It's 100 times stronger than the drinking water. And so the tomatoes to the left and the rice to your left are going to be Kangen 11.5 rice and tomatoes. And then we have ordinary tap water. And these are going to be your tap water tomatoes. And then to the right, we're going to have your tap water rice. Now, you know, when you mix pasta or rice with tap water, you're going to get starch. You're going to see starch come off and we're going to get starchy water. We're going to see something entirely different happen when the 11.5 oil start or water starts to emulsify the petroleum-based herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides. Yes, the same poisons on your wheat, it's on your oats, and about 70% of the organics we've tested over the last 11 years. So that's going to be your starchy tap water rice to your right. And then what you're going to see come off this rice is completely different. And that was just within less than 2 minutes, folks. So, and you can see the color of the rice, if you look closely at the camera, is different. It just makes the most incredible food. So these are going to be your tap water tomatoes. And then here to your left is going to be the glyphosate, the Kangen tomatoes. And the taste, we did this live presentation just last night, and we had tomatoes going around the crowd, about 20 different people tasting the difference between the two, and the taste is incredible, and the health benefits. So that's just a little bit about glyphosate. I want to talk to you about our organic Anespa DX mineralizer. This is another one of our products. The reason I'm talking about this right now is because we're going to show you how quickly your body absorbs the chemicals within tap water every time you shower. So the woman to the left looks like a healthy woman, but what she may not be aware of is if she's a healthy person and practices a healthy lifestyle, that shower may be one of the most unhealthy things she does on a daily basis. What we have to the right is our organic mineralizer, Anespa DX. Enagic has secured the mining rights from a certain hot spring in Hokkaido, Japan, that has been healing people energetically for thousands of years. So Enagic has those mining rights and those mineral rights, and we have access to that in our shower every time we bathe. So we literally have a natural hot springs resort in our bathroom. This is an anti-inflammatory technology. And so we're talking about being healthy from the inside out and the outside in, and removing chemicals. That's why we have this up here along with the other chemicals that's on the food we eat. And we're going to show you how quickly your body or your food absorbs the chemical compounds within tap water. So what we have here is tap water to your right. And then we're also showing you the power of the strong 2.5 water, which we're going to explain later. It's important to realize that that's one of the waters the machine makes. So this is an antibacterial tester. I'm going to put some drops into the glass to the right and the glass to the left. What we're showing you is how antibacterial our 2.5 water is. And we're also going to show you how quickly the human body, the skin, the largest organ, will literally absorb chemicals in water. And this is what happens every time you bathe. So I'm in that, let's just assume I'm taking a 30-second shower there. We're going to go ahead and take this antibacterial tester. I'm going to put some drops in there. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 3 or 4 more. 3, 4, 5. Look at, guys, no more chlorine in the tap water. And that's about one of about maybe 240 carcinogenics in the tap water. But look at all the chlorine to the tap water to the right. We're going to take these cherry tomatoes and we're going to show you how quickly, just like my skin, the cherry tomatoes absorb and purify the water. That's what happens when you cook in tap water, when you try to wash produce in tap water, which we already proved was very ineffective. Let's go ahead and do one more tomato and finish purifying the water there. So pretty wild stuff, life-changing if you can really grasp this. So again, this is our Anespa DX. We're going to move beyond it. But again, these can be installed all different types of ways. These are all antifungal and antibacterial. It's very difficult to filter hot water. And this technology uses magnets to infuse the water with the minerals and the anti-inflammatory properties that help reduce stress from our modern world. So this is the strong acidic water we just showed you. The antibacterial water to the left of that last demonstration, we use it to clean our chicken, our meat. We use it as a bleach equivalent in our home. It can actually be consumed internally. If you had food poisoning, salmonella, you can use it internally to reset the GI tract and to do a parasitic flush. Kills bacteria, germs. We use it as a mouthwash, again, as a bleach equivalent in our laundry. Yes, in our laundry. Oh, by the way, the water I use to clean those cherry tomatoes is the same water I use and we use in our home as a liquid laundry detergent. Yes, this one technology makes your whole home green. It can be used for a variety of different issues and topically on your skin, including things like eczema, psoriasis, other types of skin issues where you're actually using the 2.5 water and the beauty water, which is one of the waters the machine makes topically. And then these are results after 3 months of bathing in our Nespa DX, using the 2 strong water and the 6.0 beauty water protocols outlined in our water protocol books. So that's just a little bit about some of the other waters. We're going to jump right into the superior health benefits of the drinking water, which is why most of you are on here. But we really want you to understand that this is not just drinking water. This is truly a holistic preventative medical device that will improve the quality of your life for the rest of your life and really change the way you experience aging, because oxidation is such an issue. And as we age, many times it's associated with a loss of hexagonal water from organs, tissues, and cells. Well, what's hexagonal water? Well, basically, when people are not consuming hexagonal water, they have a decrease in total body water, which leads to acidosis. So essentially what this water is restructured hexagonal water, and it has an incredible health benefit. So what we're going to show you is this great non-scientific illustration, but it's a phenomenal visual idea of the ability of Kangen water to hydrate. So what we're trying to do here to the right is make green tea with room temperature tap water. Now we're going to try Dasani, the #1 sold bottled water in the world. By the way, Dasani is banned in Japan. You cannot sell reverse osmosis water as drinking water because energetically it's incorrect, and the Japanese government actually pays for healthcare. Interesting, huh, guys? So this is Kangen water at a 9.5 pH, same tea bag, instant penetration, instant hydration. You see the tea leaf in that bag has the same cell structure as any biological organism. It's hexagonal, just like Dr. Juan was talking about. So we're going to try and make tea now with Dasani, which is reverse osmosis water, very acidic water, very oxidizing water, doesn't hydrate, doesn't penetrate, demineralizes the body. Now we're going to go in here with Kangen water, superior hydration at a 9.5 pH, and make even stronger tea. And we could do that 20 or 30 times over with the same tea bag. So you will not do the study on water that Dr. Victor Rios has. He's an MIT guy, and he basically confirmed your body really can only utilize about 15% of tap water, well water, spring water, or bottled water. So it keeps you alive, but it doesn't have the capacity, as I mentioned, to work intracellularly, where your body can consume up to 85 to 95% of this type of water. Kangen water is literally 6 times more hydrating than regular water. How does it work? Well, it comes out of the faucet. It then goes through a specific pre-filter that's going to be designed for your zip code, your area code, where your water's coming in. So it's very specific to your municipality. Then it's actually going to go through our Kangen 8 water processor. That's our global machine. And the machine's actually going to split the water apart, break it apart, and get it into what we call micro-clustered water molecule clusters, which can be anywhere from 5 to 6 water molecules at a 9.5 pH. Dr. Michael will do an excellent job explaining this as well. But it's simply in Japan, they call this negative small water. Regular waters clumped together, filtered waters clumped together, over-processed distilled water is confused and clumped together. So is reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis confuses the water molecules and causes them to clump together, and also creates a very acidic water, where Kangen water is well-structured and micro-clustered. We're going to see how this type of water affects human blood.
The doctor is drawing blood from a patient's finger. Using a special microscope, we shall be able to see the condition of her body from this drop.
These are red blood cells, and they've lost their electrical charge. So they're all stuck together in a formation called a rouleau. Here's a huge symplas. Symplas are associated with heart disease and arthritis and lung disease and many other conditions that could be coming in the future.
The doctor asks the patient to drink a small amount of structured water. After 12 minutes, the doctor again draws blood from the patient and studies it.
So you can see that the cells then become buoyant, they become slippery, and they have their electrical charge, so they repel each other. That allows them to carry oxygen, and it means that we're changing the pH of the blood back to an aerobic environment rather than an anaerobic environment. I think that's utterly amazing that just drinking water could do that.
Yeah, it is amazing. So I just want to talk to you about a little bit about Herxheimer's reaction, or Herx as it's referred to. It's called feeling worse before you feel better. So not for everybody, especially if you start at the 8.5 water, which we'll explain, but just know that, especially if you're dealing with a chronic condition, or maybe you aren't a good water drinker, or maybe you're detoxing from some type of chemical dependency or something like that, you may feel worse before you feel better. So it is not uncommon to experience mild flu-like symptoms, including headache, joint or muscle pain, body ache, sore throat, general, just not feeling well. These are extreme cases. In most cases, people will get a mild headache at sometimes, and they will see an increase in bowel movements. And it also, for some people, they will get slightly constipated when they're detoxing because of all the chemicals being released inside to their digestive system. But just hang in there, because this is actually normal and even healthy reaction. And it indicates that parasites, funguses, and viruses, bacteria, or other pathogens are being effectively killed off and eliminated, because remember, this type of water is anti-parasitic, antifungal, antibacterial. So really powerful to know this. This is a great thing. Don't be scared of this water. It's a great thing. For some people, 3 days, at the maximum 3 weeks. And if someone's really, really dealing with a lot of toxicity, or their body's really having to overcorrect because of a lack of balance, then up to 3 months for some people, but very rarely would the symptoms occur for more than a couple weeks at the most. The biggest problem, though, with Herx is that people stop drinking the water that is causing the reaction, and then this discontinue, and then thus discontinue the very treatment that is helping them make their body better. And again, although this experience may not feel particularly good, Herxheimer's reaction is actually a sign that healing is taking place. Okay, so we're going to talk about oxidation. Oxidation is the root cause of 97% of degenerative diseases. What's a degenerative disease? Well, a degenerative disease is something I can't catch. So we're not talking about something like malaria, or something like God forbid, the AIDS virus, something like that you could catch, right? We're talking about degenerative diseases. And so oxidation is basically when you have living tissue and you have oxidation, you have advanced aging. So what do electrons do? They reduce the oxidative stress to the body, and they help get our cellular voltage in the correct alignment. Just know that electrons occur in nature all over the place. Just go outside and stand on your lawn in your bare feet. Hopefully your lawn's not full of poison and fertilizer, but if you have a purified lawn, you can stand on that and absorb electrons. That's why you feel so good when you go to the beach, when you walk in the sand, when you stand next to the ocean, or stand next to a waterfall. Those are electrons. Now, the problem is we don't get enough healthy electrically based electrons in our modern world. And even if you stand next to the beach every day, you want to get more of these inside the body, because these are free radical scavengers, and they really allow us to help our voltage be in order. We're going to play a video that really explains the cellular voltage better than I can right now. And know that Dr. Wan, he's one of the foremost experts on water. We quoted him just a little bit ago, but he basically confirms that hexagonal water, remember this structured water, is the preferred choice of biological organisms. You heard me talking about biological organisms when we were talking about the structure of the water. So essentially, hexagonal water can store and transfer, is measurably greater than unorganized water, or the amount of energy, right? Energy is important, because remember that most diseases, most degenerative diseases, is a voltage issue in the body, right? And so as we explain more into the voltage and cellular voltage, this is going to make sense. And just know that hexagonal water is energetically more powerful than unorganized water. What's unorganized water? Well, basically any filtered water, tap water, or bottled water is highly unorganized.
Too much acidity in the body is the leading cause of illness, premature aging, and inflammation. When the body is acidic, it is very hard for the body to heal itself. Now, the chart you're about to see and the demonstration you're going to see after the chart represents something called cellular voltage. It's essentially the measurement of each one of our cells, how negative, which is a good score, or how positive, hopefully not, our voltages of each one of our cells. As you can see on the chart to the very far left, you're going to see negative numbers. You can see Kangen water or electrolyzed reduced water can have a negative voltage as high as negative 800. Now, if you look at a healthy child is born with a cellular voltage anywhere between negative 40 and negative 45. A healthy adult, right, with proper balance in their life, proper water, proper nutrition, all those good things, has a cellular voltage in the negative 20 to negative 25. That means every single one of my 70 to 100 trillion cells is hopefully around negative 20 to negative 25. Now, if you drop down on the chart, the problem is when we get a polarity change. And if you look to your right, you'll see that all these chronic diseases like weight gain, arthritis, are always in relationship to a polarity change. And if you see worse, you see people with a positive cellular voltage, meaning that all the cells in their body are now positively charged. That means that the person is setting themselves up for a host of degenerative issues. You also want to look to the left of this chart at the bottom. You can see where soda pop and reverse osmosis water is anywhere from positive 700 to positive 500. And if you go back up to the top to remind you that the actual Kangen water can be as high as negative 800 on the Kangen 8 machine. Always a relationship to the intercellular wastewater or intercellular pH of each one of those cells and the correlation to its cellular voltage. Now, if you look at the bottom of the chart, you're going to see that the people that have a polarity change also have a correlating intercellular pH that's below 6.5. And we all know about Dr. Otto Warburg's findings and the relationship to too much acid in the body and a lot of chronic disease. You know, one of the things that happens when water is disassociated is it creates these electrical elements. So you'll see on the chart that we have on the positive side these electrical elements, and we can see on the acidic side we have these electrical elements. Now, keep in mind that the machine is always splitting water. Therefore, it's always making two types of water. And these electrical elements have incredible health benefit when it comes to mental health, digestive health, and overall well-being and negative cellular voltage in the body. Water is one of the most important elements to our body, and our bodies are made up of roughly 75% water. Through the process of electrolysis, Kangen water produces a very powerful, electrically based antioxidant. What we're going to do here is the ORP test. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. So I have a Vidux ORP meter, and what it measures is it measures a water's potential to rust or oxidize, or a water's potential to reduce oxidation. And so what we're going to do here is go ahead and stick this meter in the soda, and as you would probably guess, soda is very oxidizing, over 700 positive. We'll go over here to the Gatorade, and we're going to be at over 700 positive. Then go over here to the vitamin water, it's supposed to be healthy, over 400 positive. Let's go over here to the Pedialyte, almost 500 positive. Let's go over here to the bottled water, Dasani, #1 sold bottled water in the world, over 500 positive. That's reverse osmosis water. Aquafina's Pepsi Cola's version of the same product, reverse osmosis as well, almost 600 positive. Go ahead to the Kangen water and let this thing go negative. We'll see how high we get. Yeah, negative over 400. It's So as you can see, all of these beverages are liquid, obviously, and clear, but in terms of their energetic properties, their ability to, one over here to improve our health, all of these beverages up here will keep you alive, but they're very counterproductive to living a healthy lifestyle.
Indeed, this is the study here we talked about, pretty much been swept under the rug. He won a Nobel Prize in 1931, Dr. Otto Warburg, and basically, showing and linking that cancer is characterized by two basic conditions, acidosis and hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen. That's why breath work, exercise is so important. And again, getting the body detoxified. And again, in the human body, our universal solvent's water. And this water is just superior at hydrating and removing toxins and helping the body do what it was designed to do, heal itself and regulate itself, which is called homeostasis. So better homeostasis, better balance, better healing, better health. We're going to take a look at pH and why this is so fundamental.
Okay, so what I have here next, we're going to do the pH test. So what I have here is some pH tester. It's something similar you would use for your hot tub or pool. Most people pay better attention to the pH of their hot tub or aquarium or pool than they do their own body. And so what we're going to do is take about 5 drops into each one of these liquids, and the color of the beverage will turn to correlate to the pH chart and value of each one of these liquids based off the color they turn and the chart below each one of these beverages. So as you can see, there's a huge difference. We have Kangen water at a 9.5 pH. We have the soda over here at a 2.5 pH, and then everything pretty much in between. Look at how acidic the Pedialyte is, the bottled water is. And what you may not be aware of pH, pH stands for potential hydrogen, but a pH chart is also logarithmic. So just like a seismograph or an earthquake, a 6.5 earthquake is pretty bad, but a 7.5 earthquake is 10 times the 6.5. That's why you see such catastrophic damage at just a point higher. It's actually to the power of 10. Well, likewise, a pH chart is also logarithmic. So when I go from 7 to 6, that's 10 times more acidic. 6 to 5 is 100, 5 to 4 is 1,000. So these beverages from the Aquafina all the way down are anywhere from 30,000 times to 50,000 times more acidic than my blood, which has a pH of 7.365. So just like a 7.5 earthquake is catastrophic, something that's 50,000 or 30,000 times more acidic than your blood is catastrophic for your health. But what about these energy drinks? What about these designer coconut waters? Let's go ahead and just test these right in front of you and see how aggressive these are. So let's go ahead and test these energy drink. Everybody's had a Red Bull probably in their life. This beverage is gaining in popularity. We'll just take those same pH testers, same pH tester. And as you probably guessed, incredibly acidic, incredibly acidifying, and again, catastrophic for your health. Everything that we're doing is aggressive on our bodies. We live in a very aggressive world. We're under incredible stress. But what about if I worked out today, right? I made myself more acidic because working out creates lactic and uric acid buildup. But by drinking Kangen water, I can help bring my body back to balance. What if I worry today? Stress as part of our modern lifestyle is of extreme levels. What about the Pedialyte? What if I drink that today? What if I gave this to my child today? Can't touch the Kangen water. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. Why? These beverages are so acidic. Listen, I've got this diluted soda now, and just a few drops of this diluted soda kills a healthy environment. Matter of fact, 1 soda a day can limit the body's ability to heal for up to 72 hours. Look at how the soda kills. We'll go over here to the Kangen water. It'll fight it. It'll try its best. It's 32-1. So if you drink one soda, it's going to take 32 of the equivalent of Kangen water to bring it back to balance. Or you can let your bones and teeth do it like most people do. I choose Kangen water instead.
Me too. All right, this is world-renowned MD. Most people don't get to see these, so I hope you feel lucky. This is Dr. Dr. Hiranami Shinya. He is a very rare Eastern and Western medical doctor. These are before and afters, 3 months after drinking 3 or 4 liters of Kangen water a day. Dr. Shinya wrote 2 books, one, The Enzyme Factor and The Enzyme Factor 2. There's a whole chapter in there with this use of this water and type 2 diabetes, but he recommends all his patients before they have surgery to avoid surgery, that they drink 3 to 4 liters of Kangen water per day and stick to a plant-based diet. And these are before and afters. You know, normally that's a blackened colon. In this country, we would be very quick to cut that. What Dr. Shinya does is he puts them on the water and his diet, and these are incredible results right out of his book. Again, a 45-year-old female with breast cancer and chronic constipation. This is 2 days after prep. This is 3 months after drinking Kangen water. So very powerful for digestive health. So it's very important, you guys, do not label Kangen water just alkaline water. The alkalinity is just one of the 6 elements that you may or may not be aware of make up this electrically reduced hydrogen-rich water. And these elements can only occur through the process of electrolysis. Those are hydrogen density, which I could not show you today, dissolved hydrogen and dissolved oxygen. Those are all contained within those electrical elements, and these are gases. They don't have any half-life. You can't drink too much, as Dr. Michael will talk about. This water does not affect stomach pH. It does not manipulate our blood pH. It simply balances the body and reduces oxidative stress. What we shared with you today was the powerful mineral profile and alkalinity of our water, which is electrically based, the microclustering, which was the tea bag demonstration, the superior hydration, and then, of course, the very powerful antioxidation. Remember, this life-altering technology mimics nature in its perfect form. There's nothing artificial about the way our water is made. We're going to cover our last trifecta of health, which is our powerful nutraceutical turmeric. We're going to discuss why it's called ukon in Japan.
Okay, you've learned a lot about the Kangen water. Let's talk about the turmeric product that Enagic offers. In Japan, turmeric is referred to as ukon. So this is our ukon technology. It's a very powerful nutraceutical form of a very common supplement you might find in regular stores. So what we're going to do really quickly is explain why our turmeric product, whether it be in the tea, whether it be in the organic soap we offer, why it's so much better than anything you can buy over the counter or other online retailers. The first thing to know that turmeric as a whole is more powerful than 7 different common over-the-counter anti-inflammatories. And in recent studies, turmeric, the root, may be more powerful than 14 different anti-cancer drugs. Let me explain to you why our organic turmeric is so special. Most of the turmeric or ukon that you can buy over the counter currently is just the spring variety. That also includes what you can buy in a root form in the store. And the reason the spring variety is available is because it's common. It also does not contain all of the anti-inflammatory properties of the turmeric oil or the high levels of curcumin naturally occurring within the turmeric, like the autumn dun. So you can see that Enagic has taken all the mineral benefits of the spring turmeric, as well as all of the benefits of the autumn turmeric. Now, autumn turmeric is incredibly expensive and very challenging to grow, and it only flowers once a year. So with Enagic, with our organic fields, with our practices in terms of processing, we're able to blend not only the autumn, but the spring turmeric to create a very synergistic effect. And again, that's available not only in our ukon pill form, but also our teas. In addition to the spring and autumn turmeric, that's properly blended. Now, this is not an extract, right? This is actually, you can break our capsules open and put our organic turmeric right on the skin. It has not only the turmeric oil, it has other essential oils, flaxseed oil, primrose oil, other powerful vitamins like vitamin B, vitamin E, niacin, folic acid. All of this encapsulated in a very powerful patented gel cap that is specially sealed and protected against all forms of oxidation. So the essential minerals, or what we call electrolytes, or carbonate buffers that you're looking for in many of those sports drinks or other supplements that, by the way, technically are not healthy for you. Those essential minerals or electrolytes that you're looking for are calcium, magnesium, potassium, psyllium, sodium, okay? Those carbonate buffers, they're very powerfully contained within our Kangen Ukon. Combined, it allows you to have a very synergistic effect in terms of the powerful minerals provided through the Kangen Ukon and the proper mineral profile provided through your Kangen. So thank you for watching this video. If you haven't seen the product demo, that's what I would recommend next. And again, get in contact with me directly or anyone that introduced you to this video and ask how you can put this technology in your life for the rest of your life.
Life-changing. Okay, great quote by Linus Pauling. You know his incredible studies on cancer and the uses of vitamin C for that. High doses of vitamin C in the treatment of cancer. So basically, he says you can trace almost every sickness and ailment to a mineral deficiency. So this leads back to this whole chronic dehydration, unintentional chronic dehydration that leads to unintentional chronic acidosis. And then when the body's acidic for long periods of time, it's really hard for the body to get back into balance. You need a technology like this. So this is going to be the best new decision you've ever made. This is disruptive technology. It will become the most used appliance in your home. This is our trifecta of health. You guys have been awesome for hanging in there. You will not find a company with more awards, certifications, and documented recognition for their excellence. These are global documents. Again, Kangen water is trademarked and patented. How can you trademark and patent water and water devices? Well, it's because it's very specific. And this water is very specific. Kangen water has very specific properties that mimic nature in its perfect form. You can feel good about doing business with Enagic. We have won the global IEEU, which is an environmental grand prize for outstanding environmental sciences. And we want to help people rethink, reduce, and renew. The average person in America today puts about 3,000 single-use bottles, including detergent bottles, other cleaning product bottles, into the environment per year. China quit buying our plastic a long time ago. Most recycling bins do not get recycled. They end up in the landfills. And let's take a look at this incredible machine one more time.
So this is the solution. This is your brand new Kangen machine. This is going to be the best new decision that you have ever made for your preventative wellness program. So our Kangen makes 3 different drinking waters. Now, why does it make 3 different drinking waters? Well, that's because nobody's the same. You see, this is not a one-size-fits-all program. Most people eventually make it up to the 9.5 water. The machine also has a clean water. That's going to be for things like fish tanks or baby formula. It also has a beauty water. Women literally will buy this machine just for the beauty water. Remember, all your toners that you might buy at Nordstrom's for $20 to $200, those are a chemically made toner at a pH of about 5.5 to 6. Well, the machine with the push of a button, as you saw, makes unlimited amounts of these toners. And then, of course, the machine makes a strong acidic water, which is used as a disinfectant in our home. And then when the machine is making the strong acidic water, it's also making the strong 11.5 water, which we're going to demonstrate is the water we use to clean all of our produce. We use as a liquid laundry detergent, as we'll cover, and a variety of other household cleaning degreaser needs. thank you for watching this video. If you haven't seen the product demo, that's what I would recommend next. And again, get in contact with me directly or anyone that introduced you to this video and ask how you can put this technology in your life for the rest of your life.
All right. You heard me say that quite a bit tonight, but the reality is that by investing in this one technology, you're going to be drinking water for the rest of your life. And these machines are designed, Japanese hand built and manufactured, and then exported around the world through our 24 countries, 41 offices that service over 150 countries worldwide. Again, this is not a small operation. Enagic has tens of thousands of corporately paid employees, as well as millions of distributors like myself worldwide that are sharing this technology. This is how you can get a hold of me directly. Again, my name is Carlos Gonzalez. I am here to help you in any way possible with your health and wellness needs. And again, reach out to me directly. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to go ahead and stop record. And you guys have a blessed rest of your day.